All right, now I got a chance to read a few messages. Somebody asked me, did I see Anthony Joshua's face during the fight? And they're saying that, Anthony Joshua looked pissed off and focused and all this other stuff. And I said, yeah, he's all those things, but basically trying to break down this expression that he has on his face. To me, Anthony Joshua has the look on his face of a man who realizing their mistakes and seeing them in real time and not being able to do nothing about it, having to sit by and let whatever happen. Although he can't jump in the middle of it, even though he's brought himself physically and mentally to a place that he should have been at when he was in that opportunity to take that loss. So I think when Anthony Joshua was sitting in there, he was looking at something that was supposed to be him. He was possibly seeing the mistakes that he made. And I think he's now looking through a lens of, he knows everything that he has to do to be victorious against certain opponents and even Usky. So that look on his face wasn't just anger, it was eagerness, it was anger, it was disappointment, it was anxiousness, it was all of it rolled into one. That's where you just see he just got this focused ass expression on his face, And truthfully, this is what nobody is saying, but I'm going to say it. At the end of the day, we haven't had an undisputed champion in over 24, 25 something years. We got to see one now. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I got to see it in my time. But we're going to have to be completely honest. The only reason we got to see this is because of Anthony Joshua. If it wasn't for Anthony Joshua, we never would have seen an undisputed fight. And I dare anybody to step to me and try to argue this. Because you can't argue. If Anthony Joshua didn't exist, there wouldn't be an undisputed situation for us to get excited about or even to see. Is that not true or false? Some people all say it's not true. It's not true. Let's go ahead and entertain it. Let's take Anthony Joshua away from the equation. You tell me, who was the person that you seen that was going to go around and collect the belts to get to this point that we're at now? Who was going to do that? Who had the backing or the money or the pull to even do that? Who? Remember, we pulling Anthony Joshua out of this situation. He don't exist. Do you see us having an undisputed fight anytime soon? No. Far from it. Far from it. It took somebody like Anthony Joshua with the ambition of wanting to become an undisputed champion, going around fighting everybody individually for these belts, collecting them all up for us to get to a point to see undisputed. Now, unfortunately, he wasn't able to hold on to it. That's only because in his pursuit of pursuing undisputed, the people that he was supposed to fight didn't want to fight. So he had to pull guys in like Andy Ruiz and Alexander Usky. You got to keep in mind, these guys wasn't scheduled. These guys wasn't on the grand plan of things. They wasn't. It was people who popped in to replace. Remember, Ruiz was supposed to be, Deontay Wilder, right? Usky was supposed to be, I forgot who Usky was supposed to be. But anyways, he picked these guys as stand-ins, and he lost his footing. But the whole point is, if Anthony Joshua did not go around with the intention of being undisputed to collect all these belts to get to a point to lose, to where two people can come in and fight for undisputed, let's face it, if it weren't for Anthony Joshua, there would be no situation like that. So we are looking and we got to experience something that Anthony Joshua created for us, although he wasn't involved in it or involved in the final process. That's why I say I want to see him get his shot, because the man just did too much work not to get nowhere near it. And everybody has benefited off of this man's existence in boxing. Literally, everybody. Tyson Fury wasn't going to go around collecting no belts, being no undisputed or something like that. Maybe Usyk could and would have done it, you know what I'm saying? Or he would have pursued that or whatever and whatnot. But that's why I say, to me, we have an undisputed champion. That's Alexander Usyk. But to me, it cannot be truly undisputed, whether it was Fury or Usyk, until somebody fights Anthony Joshua. Why? Because honestly, I don't believe Fury or Usyk could have plowed through all the opponents that Anthony Joshua did to get to where he's at. I believe some of the fighters that Anthony Joshua has fought and beat already would beat Tyson and Usyk in certain situations. I truly do believe that. This is why with that he just put in too much damn work for me not to see him get an opportunity to fight undisputed. So that's why the real undisputed fight is whoever fights Anthony Joshua. You beat him, you get all my everything. You know what I'm saying? You get all my everything. But when that man went around the world and put in that hard work like he did to collect all them belts, you know what I'm saying? And it's the heavyweight division. He's fighting the best. He's going to lose. To have two people step in who didn't have to fight all the top 10. That's why Anthony Joshua got the resume that he does. Who's fought all the top 10 contenders and fighters in the heavyweight division to get to a point where he loses it and two people can step in and fight for the whole marbles, even though they didn't do all the work that he did. I'm sorry, that's unsettling to me, because I don't think they could have made it to the point that Anthony Joshua did. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think they could have made it that high and collected all them belts to only boil it down to one or two belts left. I don't think these guys could have did that. And since he did all that work, it's only right you give the man the opportunity who created the situation for us to have an undisputed fight and enjoy, for him to get his opportunity, because if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't exist. So of course you're going to have that kind of expression on your face. You created and made all of this. The reason why they over in whatever country they is right now, that's because of Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua opened up them gates for that, for that kind of business. He was the first one over there doing it. Like, all this was created by Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? So of course you're gonna have a look like that on your face. You made this whole thing, and you don't even get to enjoy the final process of it. So truthfully, when it comes to this whole undisputed fight, I thank Tyson Fury for getting in the ring, put on the show. I thank Usyk for getting in the ring and putting on the show. But truthfully, all this was made possible by Anthony Joshua, because if there is no Anthony Joshua, there is no undisputed situation, and it ain't no telling how many more years we would have went on without seeing an undisputed champion. That's why the man just don't deserve his credit. He deserves his credit, his shot, his props, and everything. The dude just been good for boxing all the way freaking around. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I'm advocating. He's been an excellent addition to boxing. And we got undisputed because of him. Because of his ambition, because he wanted, to be the best and stuff like that. Just couldn't held on to it. Other people stepped in. Somebody else took the crown. It is what it is. Just hopefully this man that created the situation gets a chance to do what basically he started boxing for. And that's a chance to be the undisputed champion. That's why, to me, ain't nothing final till somebody fights and beat Anthony Joshua. Yes, I know Usyk beat him twice, but I want to see if he beats this version. If he beat this version, there's nothing else to be said. And at the same damn time, now hold on now. At the same damn time, if Usyk and Tyson Fury fight again, and Usyk beat him again, we need to have a serious conversation about Usyk, because that would be, he would have beat Anthony Joshua 2 times, and he would have beat Fury 2 times. Now, I'm not into putting no heavyweights into no pound for pound. The pound for pound is not made for them. But we're going to have to go back and have a serious talk about Usyk and where to place him if he goes in and he beats Fury for second time. You need to sit down and have a serious conversation he would be arguably the best heavyweight of this generation. Arguably, even if you want to say Anthony Joshua, you're going to have to put him right there. So that's a conversation to be had. Like I said, we got a lot to talk about. Stick around. We're going to get all into it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.